Hey there! I missed you last week, and I'm sure you all just said you missed me too. I heard that. Or at least you thought it loudly. Um, it was actually Gay Pride weekend here in the Twin Cities, as it was in many places. June is Pride Month. Um, that is not to say that Christopher and I were at Gay Pride all last weekend. We actually don't love heat and humidity and crowds. So we don't usually go to Pride. And in fact, this year, to get away from the heat and the humidity and the crowds, we went to South Texas to visit his grandmother and his step-grandfather, which at least got us away from the crowds. It was really hot and really humid, but there were no crowds. So 1 out of 3. But anyway, I know there's a pie at the top of this post. And I feel a little bit guilty about putting that there because there's not going to be a recipe this week. This is actually going to be a vlog, a video blog for the most part. Because I wanted to talk about Gay Pride. People always ask what we do to celebrate Gay Pride. And if you've been following me for a while, you know I have ways of doing this. And my thoughts on it. There are the people who hang out the flags, and there are the people who go to the parade and everything else. We're not those people. We tend to be much quieter about it all. But it doesn't mean we hide it. We went to South Texas this past weekend to see Christopher's 90-plus-year-old grandmother and her husband. And we are treated as family there. I'm Christopher's husband. We don't mince words on that. I wore my wedding band the entire time we were down there. And I think that's how you celebrate Pride. Or at least I do. That's how I celebrate it. I celebrate it by living it every day and not closing it off and not hiding from it. So, what does that have to do with the strawberry pie? Good question. Thank you for asking. So, when I was growing up, my parents, and Christopher knows this, and yet he married me anyway. My parents used to dance in the kitchen from time to time. And it's one of my best memories from growing up. We don't have a big kitchen. You've seen the kitchen. Basically, you've seen the entire kitchen, you just don't realize it. This is where I usually stand to do the video. That door looks really far away in the video, but it's maybe 7 feet from me. There's basement door, you've got stove and fridge, and immediately across from that you've got sink. That's not a microwave, it's a toaster oven. We don't actually have a microwave in here. And then you've got the prep table. If we're both in the kitchen and one of us opens the microwave or the oven door or the refrigerator door, the other one can't get by. You have to go through the rest of the house and come back around to get through. There's just no room. And yet, from time to time, Christopher will ask me to dance in the kitchen. And I love it. So, about the pie. I'm getting there. I promise. I'm getting to the pie. So, the pie is a recipe that my mom has made since I was a little kid. It actually tended to make it into the list of things that my father had for his birthday that weren't actually birthday cake. And that type of thing. So it's a really great, easy recipe. It takes a little patience, but for the most part it's really easy. You bake off the pie crust by itself. There's a layer of slightly thinned cream cheese. There's strawberries and a glaze that uses corn syrup and sugar. Or not corn syrup, cornstarch and sugar. No corn syrup. And it's just so good. And I promise next week there'll be a recipe and photos and all that stuff. I promise. But for now. So we decided we were going to make a pie for an event that we needed. And Christopher and I cook in the kitchen together a lot. But we don't always bake together because there's not a lot of room. But Christopher really wanted to help out with this. And it was really great. It's a family recipe. A lot of the family recipes I have, I kind of get into my zone. I come into the kitchen. I do my thing. Christopher's in the rest of the house. If he's got recipes that are like his really core recipes, I tend to stay out of the way and let him do his thing. And we cooked it together. We made the pie together. And it's a gorgeous pie. You've seen it. It's gorgeous. And that was kind of cool. It was really amazing, actually. It was a really great feeling, that kind of Christopher doing my family recipe with me. And so, that's what I think of when I think of gay pride. It's the two of us living our lives together. That pie wasn't staying here in the house. It was going somewhere else. It's for an event. And so it's the two of us living our lives both together in the house, but also together in the world, and celebrating that in our own way every day. So that, to me, is my version of gay pride. And yeah, I think that's it. That's all I really need to say. So, like I said, I promise next week there will be an actual strawberry pie recipe, not just a photo, not just a teaser photo, and not just a discussion of it, but an actual recipe. It's really good. I promise. So prep in advance, sometime this week, like Thursday of this coming week, buy like 2 quart and a half of strawberries. So you're prepped, get some cream cheese, either buy a pie shell or make a pie crust, whatever. Get ready, because it's really, really good. Okay? Again, I apologize for the teaser, but I hope you understand why. All right? Thanks much. See you in a week.